Hey you guys, it's me, Tiana Talks, and I am back with the tea, okay? I wanted to dive into how this Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion failed. Yes, I say failed. This show is seriously on life support, guys. It was once our favorite show. Now these guys, they're just sinking, and I want to speak on what's going wrong and how they can fix it if there's any room left. First off, I'm going to bring it back to Angela, guys, because for the whole season, Angela was very much carrying the season on her back. She was the only one giving us authentic housewife. She was willing to share her husband, being transparent with her, situation. Charles isn't the most friendliest, but she shared, hey, he's had issues with infidelity, and, him and my mom have issues. Angela's sharing her family issues, and Angela was really giving us what the other ladies wouldn't give. She was pretty brave. She was the only one that was like seriously willing to go head to head with Porsha or just simply checking Brit first. We have to give Angela her props. The only issue that we're having with Angela right now, and I can't say it's a big one for me, but this whole situation with the person who brought the news about her husband to Kelly's event, and her blaming Phaedra for it all. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense, guys. Because I don't want to say that Angela did this to herself. I don't believe that. But I do feel like it's no point in keep hashing it on, girl. You've already secured your spot for the season. Let's not keep dragging this whole dude and this. It just doesn't make sense. Whoever did it, they were corny. They wanted a moment, or they wanted to make you look bad. And it didn't work because we all knew the guy was thirsty and just trying to get attention. So, Angela, we wish you would have just retired that a while ago, but we still like you. And now I'm going to bring it over to Phaedra, guys. This is Phaedra's first time back on the show in years, okay? And a lot of Phaedra fans are happy about it, but of course, Candy fans are upset. They feel like someone who spreaded such a malicious lie and allegation should not be back on the show. And maybe that is why some people aren't really feeling this return of Phaedra. However, what I need to say about Phaedra, I don't want to see anyone that easily lies all the time. And if we're going to say that about Phaedra, we have to kind of say that about a lot of them on the show right now. They all lie. But with Phaedra, what we don't like is you can never really tell the truth with her. And that's one thing that can kind of make the reality show less reality. We never know the truth. And unfortunately, Phaedra has discredited herself from the truth. Now, does she belong in second seat of the reunion? Absolutely not. Did she bring anything for the few episodes she was in? No. So again, it seems very much unfair, and that's another reason why this show absolutely flopped this reunion, because why on earth is Phaedra second chair? Why is Porsha first chair? Why is Shamea first chair? Angela and Drew really carry the season this season, if you want to be honest. And next up, we're going to dive into Freaking Frack, aka Freaking Fraud. Shout out to Nene Leaks, okay? And y'all already know which one is fraud. Phaedra's obviously a fraud. Portia's the freak. But anywho, these two, the problem with these two reuniting on the show and this and that, we don't understand when you guys got back in touch, how you guys got back in touch, how did you guys recover the friendship. A lot of screws are missing in this whole buildup of a friendship again. And we want to know. The last time we saw you two on our screens, you two had fell out and stopped talking over spreading rumors. Porsha threw Phaedra under the bus for telling the lie. And Phaedra had apparently lied to Porsha allegedly, right? Okay. How did you guys move forward? We want to know. And guys, this is a turn off, okay? Because anyone who is watching season 17 of Real Housewives of Atlanta, they've more than likely been a fan of the show for a long time, including myself. So we're not just going to forget, oh, where you guys left off. No, we remember, and we want to know, how did you guys get past everything? So the problem with Shamea, guys, on this show, she came on as someone who was once a friend of. And we all know whenever friend ofs finally get their peach, they come off very thirsty. And I love Marlo Hampton, guys. Yes, I love Marlo. But Marlo was horrible her season as a housewife. Absolutely horrible, okay? It was coming off too desperate and too try hard, which is exactly what Shamea just did. It was a flop, guys. You cannot give someone a peach who had been settling as a friend of for years, because guess what? There's just a reason why they are not meant to be main and center. Maybe they do too much, okay? If you were thriving as a friend of and you were given a lot as just a friend of, that means you're going to be on 100 as an actual peach holder. And we don't want to see that. Shamea began creating old and fake beefs with women, aka creating and rehashing old beef with Porsha, with Phaedra, making an issue with Britt, making an issue with Angela, making an issue with Drew. Shamea was doing all of that because, one, she wanted to secure her spot on the show, and two, she did not want to speak about her real life, which is her husband. Yeah, she'll say, oh, I want to have kids. My husband wants a son. But where is your husband? Why have we not seen him filming with you? Where is the real housewife life that we thought you were going to give? It's not there. And Shamea used these other women as a way to secure her peach. Now, next up, here's my issue with Cynthia Bailey, the Cynthia Bailey. Cynthia, now I think she's a sweet woman. I did like her on the show for a long time, but we have to be honest. She didn't give nothing as a friend of. If y'all want to be completely real, Cynthia Bailey gave nothing as a friend of. And I feel the same way, like how you can't make a friend of a housewife. I don't think you should make a housewife a friend of, because they're either going to do a little bit too much or just a little bit of nothing. And in this case, Cynthia gave nothing because she's thinking, oh, well, I'm just a friend of, and I really don't have to give my input, and I don't have to dress up, and I don't have to try hard, and this and that. But you're over here getting on our nerves. You're getting on our nerves, Cynthia, because you're not trying hard. You're not being vocal. You're not speaking up. It's very annoying. We saw Cynthia at one point in Housewives drag Porsha. Yes, drag her. Even when she didn't really have to have a reason to drag Porsha, she would just get up and drag. The same way she got up and randomly decided to drag Phaedra. But now that she's a friend of, Cynthia's over here in the corner in the shadows. She's over here co-signing and backing up Porsha and her foolishness. It's like she has to attach herself to a main character, and she was doing that as a housewife, but now that she's a friend of, it's like on 10, because there's no way you would tell me the old Cynthia would have just sat there knowing that Porsha was saying that she would sleep with a castmate's husband and just sit there and not even say anything. This is the same Cynthia who jumped on Phaedra for allegedly cheating on Apollo. Okay? So, Cynthia, you gave nothing this season. You gave absolutely nothing, and you didn't even try hard with the fashion. You had the cheapest wigs. You looked like you were here for the free food and trip. That's it. You know, you needed a little check, help pay your mortgage. We get it. But just maybe apply yourself a bit more. I don't know. Cynthia, flop. Next up, I'm going to have to give it to Andy, guys. Andy Cohen, I hope you're watching this. Andy, why on earth are you letting these women play in not only your face, but our screen? First off, there's no way in the world that you guys let those girls come 2 hours late to a reunion. Why? Do they not want their job? What's going on? Secondly, Andy, why are you letting Porsha play in our face? Why not just keep it a buck? Porsha, we really want to know. Why did you get with Simon, or how did you get with him? Did you really meet him for the first time when we filmed you at Fallon in his house? Ask the questions that we want to know. Porsha, how did you and Dennis end up getting along after you threw plates at him and his mother on Mexico and tried to fight them, then throw them in jail? Please tell us how that happened. Phaedra, how did you and Porsha make up after you told her a lie about Candy and told her to repeat it on TV? Andy, we want you to ask the questions that we cannot ask and that we have seen unfold on TV. Andy, if you're not going to hold these women to the fire, or at least ask questions that we want to know, why even have the reunion? Why even have the show? Why have these same people come back if we can't get answers for things that we have already seen on the show? Because a lot of people were looking forward to seeing Porsha held accountable for this whole Simon of it all. We all know that Simon was with a former castmate on the show one season. The next minute, he's Porsha's husband. We want to know how that happened. And we're not getting straight answers. Andy, hold these women accountable, please. And guys, Porsha. She is one of the main reasons why this season has been a complete flop. From her trying to create issues with Drew and being nasty to Drew just to make a storyline because she couldn't speak on Simon, and, her just being so nasty on the show to the women and getting away with it, not being confronted correctly. Then she doesn't take accountability for nothing. She's never honest. She skates around questions. She overtalks people. I mean, really, what was the point of Porsha coming back? If Porsha couldn't answer anything, if she was going to walk away every time someone confronted her or tried to hold her accountable, if she was going to lie about stuff all the time, I mean, what was really the point of her returning? So Porsha's return has been the ultimate flop and demise, in my opinion, of the season. I would say she flopped harder than Shamea. And we have to be honest, Porsha brought nothing this season. And it's a bit sad because Bravo definitely paid her, the highest coin to come on the show this season. And if I was Bravo, I would want my money back. Nothing seems genuine this season. We have Shamea, the perpetual victim, always crying and whining about something. Being a pick-me so bad to Porsha. We would actually like to see you stand up for yourself. We have Porsha acting like a complete narcissist or a psychopath almost. Again, I don't know if she has a diagnosis or not, but this whole interaction between her and Shamea is very creepy. You guys act like you're friends one minute, the next minute you guys are being nasty to each other. You don't want to share the real issue on camera, and then both of you guys are the victim when it's time to actually talk about it. So a lot of lies, a lot of hiding, a lot of victim playing. It's just not a good reality situation because there is no reality. These two concoct stories together, and then when they're asked, like, for example, Shamea, did you hook up Porsha with Simon? Now, we already knew that Porsha had said to Shamea, thank you on Instagram for hooking me up with Simon, best matchmaker ever. That's what Porsha said to Shamea on Instagram years ago when those two first hooked up. Why today on reality TV, Real Housewives of Atlanta, why are you saying that you didn't hook them up? Who's lying? Why did you guys agree to that story then? Why is everything a fiddle and a riddle with you two? You two are two 40-something-year-olds that have never left the playground. You think everything is funny and immature. I mean, they were laughing at Angela for being perimenopausal or menopausal in their opinion. And they're the same age as her. These two are birds. They feel accomplished because they secured wealthy, older African men. And beauty is temporary. Dumb is forever. These two bring nothing. And the fact that they think they're smart by making faces and playing dumb and lying, and they think they're manipulating, you're not that smart and you're not that good at it. And the world sees it. So if you want to be on this reality show, please bring some reality, because they make the show unenjoyable, and it won't be long until the views just keep sinking and no one wants to watch the show anymore, okay? Now, if we take it back to the Dream Team, guys, when the show was actually really good with Cynthia, Kenya, Nene, Candy, even Phaedra, Phaedra and Porsha. The thing about it was that, was Porsha always a liar? Yes. We didn't know it at the time in the beginning, but she's always been a liar. Has Kenya always been a hot mess? Yes. Has Phaedra always been fraudulent? Yes. Has Nene always done the most? Yes. Has Candy been always late and having an attitude and holding grudges? Yes, but the difference is with all those personalities, no one was just letting it slide by. These ladies nowadays on this show, they have alliances, or they play dumb, or they don't take accountability, they don't own it, they don't confront it. And that is making the show so unenjoyable. We cannot have too many of the same characters on the show. Right now, Real Housewives of Atlanta has way too many liars. Too many liars, too many manipulators, too many of the same people. We would like to see some diversity here. And if I'm right, I'm right. And if I'm wrong. You guys let me know how y'all feel about it. Get in the comments, please, because I really want to know, why is this show sinking so hard in your opinion? What can they do to save this? Now, I'll give my Real Housewives cast dream list. Actually, maybe I should save that for another video. But you guys already kind of heard a bit, so I might as well just say it again. Bring back Nene. Point blank simple. If Nene was here, do you guys think she would let Porsha skate on talking about she left Charles? Do you think that she let Shamea skate on? Oh, no, I didn't say that. I didn't do this. Girl, yes, you did. We would like Nene back. We would like Kenya back. And guys, I am very fair. Kenya has done a lot of horrible things on this show. She was horrible with Britt. Britt was horrible with her. But she is good TV. Now, I say we just let Kenya learn her lesson from this incident. Bring her back. Bring Nene back. Nene has been humble for a few seasons now. Bring Nene and Kenya back, please, because they were your all-star players. Bring back Candy. We really want to see Candy and Phaedra hash it out. Will Candy agree to it? Maybe, at the right dollar. Candy loves money. Let's see these two hash it out, because I do believe they had a genuine friendship. Porsha, we don't want Porsha back unless it is with the women who will hold her accountable. You guys have Porsha on a cast full of women who are afraid of her. Because there's no way in the hell, if I was Angela, I would sit up there and let Porsha's build a body, manufactured ass, I'm sorry to cuss, manufactured behind, sit up there and say, you would screw my husband. I'm not letting Shamea the lapdog bark up my tree. Shamea, be gone. Go on now. Go into your doghouse. Okay? You guys have to put your foot down. Drew, you weren't firm enough at all. You know, Drew has that very soft, passive demeanor. It ain't it. You better let them heifers have it, okay? Let them have it. But I gotta go, guys. I need to get in bed. I gotta go wake up super early. I am not a morning person, guys. I have to go ahead and take my daughter on a little field trip with her summer camp. And I'm gonna try to chaperone. So if I can get up early, I will. Y'all like the video, please get in the comments. Let's talk about this. I'm ready to have it. Bye. Y'all be safe.